Oh goodness, that literally is like one of the craziest like Uber rides we have had. It's kind of crazy to think about. This is our second to last flight before it's all over. It's 10 a.m. Where are we going?
It's time to go get a churro filled with dulce de leche.
We finally have some cash because we had to pull out some yesterday. So we gotta go spend it because we're flying out this afternoon. We are leaving Santiago, Chile today. We have a flight at 2 p.m. Up to Lima, Peru. And we'll be in Peru for probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks. I don't know. We're gonna be there quite a while. And then we're heading up to Ecuador, and it's just crazy how fast this like trip is wrapping up. That means we're back in the States, and gotta figure out concentration, and gotta figure out all this other stuff.
Chill out and live in the moment, girl. Stop freaking out. See, that's her problem.
It is.
That's 3 whole weeks away, and when we get there, there's already plenty of stuff lined up. I mean, we don't have anything to worry about for like at least 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be up in Minnesota, so we're not going to even be down in Colorado for like 3 weeks before we, at least 2 weeks, before we can buy a car. And then when we get to Colorado, thankfully we have a house that we're going to house sit for somebody for.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's really not that much to worry
about. I know.
Here.
Seriously, like, it is pretty amazing.
She's stressed out, and it's ridiculous.
I do.
The bottom line is...
Right now I'm going to go get churros and enjoy Chile.
Bottom line is she doesn't know what to do with herself when she doesn't have video to edit. So
I know.
She's waiting on this hard drive to hopefully get restored.
Yeah.
She's trying to become a busybody and come up with stuff to do. It's not working.
Nope.
Uno, dos, tres, cinco. Uno.
Spilled too, huh?
Yeah.
Good. Oh man, so the churro, it's filled with dulce de leche.
The powdered sugar is good. It's just messy. That's
wow.
Messy.
Oh, it's so good. We got the churro and it was really good, but we didn't want to spend our extra $500 on another churro. We wanted to try something different, so we got the toasted almonds. And now all of our Chilean pesos are spent, so I guess it's time to leave the country. Aeropuerto, sí. No?
No, sorry. Es que el aeropuerto, mucho problema.
For Uber?
For Uber. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
Gracias. That's probably why it's more expensive for Uber too. Oh goodness, we totally thought that Chile was great with Uber, didn't have any problems with it, so we just didn't think anything of it. That we would be able to get an Uber this morning to catch our flight.
Because it pulls the rates.
An Uber driver finally came and said, "Are you trying to go to the airport?" I'm sorry, no, there's too many problems, I can't go there. And it was already going to be $20 for the Uber. And so we were looking at cheaper options. Well, now Uber can't go there, and the taxi is $28 to get there, and they only take cash. Guys, we're leaving the country. We don't have cash, so we have to pull out. We can get it. We can get it if we need to. We're gonna try one more time with Uber. The other option is we can go walk to the metro. Take the metro to, and then every half hour a bus leaves and goes to the airport. But it's just too much time at this point. We don't allow ourselves enough time. Our flight leaves in 3 hours. I don't know. We're gonna try Uber one more time. If not, we'll get a taxi. Oh goodness, that literally is like one of the craziest like Uber rides we have had. Apparently, Uber drivers are not legally allowed to be drivers in Chile, but it's fine if you're riding in an Uber, so therefore like we would have been fine, but like the driver's not. Crazy rules. We didn't realize that the whole time we were here. It was fine. going in the city and around the city, but then apparently the airport, that's like a big, like, you know, taxi zone. And so anyways, apparently last week we were told that a Uber driver was shot by a police officer here at the airport. I asked, like, what happened, like, what was the situation, and he didn't know. But that is the reason why the first Uber driver was like, nope, sorry, not gonna take you to the airport. So this Uber driver, we like completed the ride before we were officially dropped off. He exited his app, Peter exited his app, and we exchanged names, and he knew my name too, and so then we were gonna be friends, you know, and then he like shook our hands like in a friendly manner before we left, so it was like, yay, goodbye friend. So yeah, Peter was sitting in the front seat, so therefore we were just friends being dropped off. But that's just craziness, absolute craziness. Peter, this is our last flight before our flight home.
It's pretty exciting.
That is crazy. Alright, this is our first time flying with Sky Airlines. It actually had me seated all the way over there on the window seat, and then Peter here in the aisle, but I was able to switch with the other person, and it looks like this middle seat's empty, or it's probably gonna be empty, so Peter's gonna probably come move over next to me. But the funny thing is, it's kind of like a little bit like Ryanair, where they'll like put you in separate seats on purpose, hoping that you will pay extra to sit next to each other. But there are several empty seats on the plane, so they could have sat us next to each other. But it looks like we'll end up sitting next to each other anyways. So there you go. So we are in the Uber car, but our Uber driver is not here. He had to go inside to get a ticket or something? To pay for the parking? I don't know. And it was buy one pizza, get one for one soul, which is the equivalent of like 33 cents. So basically buy one, get one free. So we got 2 large pizzas for $17. We are so hungry, and we have a fridge if there will be any leftovers.
There might not.
There probably should be leftovers because that's a lot of pizza, but there might not be leftovers.
Didn't have much for lunch. Oh, those look good. They just look like buns.
I really don't think we'll be able to eat both of these. I think we'll be able to eat a total of 1. Alright, I don't think we've ever eaten a Papa John's pepper. See how spicy it is. Is it like a banana pepper or spicier?
Spicier. Starts out slow and it gets warmer. So I think that little bite's probably good.
Combined it, we ate only a total of 1. So I only had 3 slices.
Lisa. He's all talk.
My eyes are always bigger than my stomach. Right, now that I'm stuffed, I'm just tired. On the way in, it was so interesting just the level of traffic. Granted, it was rush hour, but it was crazy.
It reminded, like, as soon as we got into it, I was like, man, this reminds me a little bit of India because of the conditions. Not as extreme. It's not as busy, like the traffic, but just combining the fact of like how crazy the traffic was and the conditions, like the road conditions, the sidewalks, the buildings that we were around. I mean, it was pretty run down coming from the airport to the downtown center of Lima. But seeing those again, it's been a while since we've seen that. I mean, it was like back in Asia. This is the first South American country where we've seen the rickshaws or tuk-tuks.
Yeah, it kind of caught me off guard because I just wasn't expecting that. We were told when we were in Argentina that Argentina, you know, they're a little bit chaotic. They'll kind of run red lights and things like that with traffic. And we were told that then like Chile, like they follow the rules, and
they're like the one country in South America that does.
Right. And
so we got used to that.
So we got used to that, yeah. And the person, it's funny, the person was telling us he was from Argentina, and so he was saying like when he was visiting Europe, he was in Germany and it was like too strict and rigid, and then he got to Italy where they're all, you know, crazy, and he's like, oh, I'm home. Whereas when we were in Italy, we were like, oh goodness, like what? This traffic's crazy. So it's
all
really,
what you're used to.
Yeah, all what you're used to. It's about perspective. But I was just a little bit like thrown off. Like I didn't expect it to be this crazy. And
it is a big city, and that's one thing we had looked up too earlier, because you're like, oh, Buenos Aires will probably be our biggest city in South America, and then we looked up and found out it's actually going to be Lima. Yeah. So here we are.
And Lima is known as the food capital of South America. So super excited the next couple of days to be trying some South American food. We just went for some comfort food tonight, but definitely tomorrow we'll be trying some ceviche, most likely, or some other Peruvian dishes. Come in the door. You got kitchen here. Ba-dum. Full fridge. Ba-dum. Got like super fun table. Smart TV. That's a new feature.
That's really nice.
Got 3 beds in here. Ba-ba-da-ba. And a bathroom.
Good night, sleep tight, and we'll see you tomorrow. You trapped?
Yeah.
You're stuck.
How do you get out? Seriously, is that car thing? It's a plane? What's it doing? It's going so fast.